So this might be even more outside the box. Oh, by the way, good morning. Good morning. Thanks for having coffee. Pastor Zach, Living Waters. Okay, so back right to the text. So this one may be even more off the ball. Or off the wall. Off the ball? Off the wall. Woo, caffeine kicked in. Than the previous text. The Psalms, always a great way to express, theology, but also our prayers. This today we're going to Zephaniah, which we hadn't really used that much, but we're going back. Who'd have thought? Zephaniah chapter 3. Going to the Song of Joy part, we don't need more judgment right now when we're trying to do simple. But actually, the prophet talks about this. Specifically, I'm looking at 3 verse 17. 16 sets it up. Do not fear, O Zion, do let your hands grow weak. 17, the Lord, your God, is in your midst. Okay, so God omnipresent, abiding. We've covered that. A warrior who gives victory. The Lord rejoices over you with gladness. The Lord will renew you in love and will exalt you with loud singing and as a day of festival. Notice that this is poetic, right? This is a song. I'm not going to sing it to you, but you can put it to music, I guess. The Lord, we have a word for victory, but specifically will rejoice over you with gladness and renew you in love. And notice, I don't know what your translation, that has footnote. Okay? Renew you in love. Mine, footnote, important. Always read the footnotes, by the way. They are never a bad thing. Okay? They always have more context. Zephaniah 3:17. Oh, this is interesting. There's a translation difference between the Greek translation of this passage and the Hebrew. In the Hebrew, it is not the rejoice over you of gladness. Rather, the Lord, will be silent with you and renew you in love. Now, as you recall, the Hebrew is the original language. This is probably, I don't think it's translation mistake, but rather sometimes words don't always translate well. Abiding is a little tricky, as we talked about. And so I think this idea of God being present in silence is very much in the Hebrew understanding. Be still and know that I am God. But in the Greek, it's a little harder to understand this God being present in nothingness. Okay? So here, that's intentional, though. The original writing, the Hebrew, would say, God rejoices over us with gladness and renews us in love in this time of silence, in the stillness, in the simple. Okay? God doesn't need these drastic things and such. Then it makes more sense now. If it's a song, it's our lyrics, right? We have this, and then we have the contrast, and the Lord will exalt over you with loud singing on a day, as on a day of festival, right? The contrast. So if you don't have that silence and loud, you miss it. It's just like, okay, God's doing a lot. But when you have God is in the silence and God is in the loud rejoicing, God's present in both, it makes more sense. God's all over the place. So that means, yes, God's in the busy and the complex, but we don't need it. We don't need it. God's in the simple. God's with us. So, our bodies are telling us we're stressed. Our lives are telling us we're stressed. The data is all over this. Let's see God in the simple. All right. We got some more theological nuggets I'm saving for these other days. So tune back in tomorrow for another cup of coffee.